On June the 1st, 1215, the city of Chengdu, known today as Beijing, fell to the Mongols. They looted the city, sending caravans loaded with luxuries back home. This victory over the Qin dynasty was to be one of Genghis Khan's greatest triumphs. After his death in 1227, his descendants continued the conquests, and his grandson, Batu Khan, had his eyes on the west. The Mongol raids of the 1220s had shown that the Rus lands held riches worth exploiting. The battles had devastated the Rus elite, and their defenses were weak. So Batu Khan organized an enormous invasion force, determined to turn the Rus lands into vassals of the Mongol Empire. The Mongols captured territory after territory. By 1240, they had their sights on the great city of Kiev. Kiev was a jewel among the Rus principalities, a center of scholarship, power, and wealth. Batu Khan's cousin Monka was put in command of the advance force, ready to attack. Chroniclers tell of Monka's admiration for the beauty of Kiev, so he was reluctant to destroy it. Monka sent his envoys to the city to demand its surrender. But Kiev's commander-in-charge refused and killed the Mongol envoys. Monka would not stand for such disrespect. His army rode to the city walls and prepared to attack. They would show Kiev no mercy. Möngke Khan's drive into the west brought the Mongol army to the splendid city of Kiev, the gateway to Europe. The Kievan commander had refused to surrender, leaving Möngke only one choice: to take the city by force.
Activated.
The Mongol army broke through the gates of Kiev and marched on the city. Möngke Khan called on his people to bring in their mobile camp, while his forces secured a location for it. The immediate area beyond Kiev's main gate was lightly populated, but rich in resources. Beyond lay 3 fortified districts: the outer city, the inner city, and a wealthy trade district. The Khan was determined to punish the defiance of Kiev. and would not relent until the entire city fell to ash. The Mongols unpacked their camp, ready to continue their assault on Kiev.
Түүнийг барьсан. Энэ барьж байгаа олон зооныг хийхгүй. Ажиллах цаг боллоо. Одоо үнийг барьсан. Юу хийж эзлэх буй? Би түүнийг бодолгүй.
Зүйтэй. Энд ажил хэрэгтэй буй. Юу хийж эзлэх буй? Би танд барьж өгсөн.
Ажиллах уу яа бэлэн? Би танд барьж өгсөн. Надуур ажил өгнө буй за.
The Mongols took out a Kievan supply convoy and claimed the resources for themselves.
Чгүй сайхан харагдмой.
Тайсан биднийг
Ушаа бүлээгүйд бэлэн.
За.
Миний үгээр явагдах бай. Ам. Эрчүүдээ зөрөгтэй давчигдах бай. Эрчүүдээ бит. Эчээс. Бидний харагдахгүй.
Тайсан янар хараглаа.
Хамаг хурдаараа. Одоодох цаг ирлээ. Үүрэгтэй бүгд. Тайсан. Хошоодыг бийгүү. Эрчүүдээ бит.
The unstoppable Mongol army leveled the trade district of Kiev, putting an end to any supplies they could send to the main city. horde devastated the outer city. As the last buildings collapsed, the Mongol victory was complete. Kiev had fallen. Monka Khan and his Mongol warriors ran freely through the ravaged city, cutting down any survivors and plundering its riches. With Kiev under Mongol control, the gateway to Europe was open, and the empire could continue its conquest into the west. The vast Mongol Empire was created by warfare, but it was governed by bureaucracy. Good communications across the empire were vital, and that was the job of the Yam Riders. The Yam was an incredibly well-organized postal system, introduced by Genghis Khan over 800 years ago. It consisted of a network of relay stations, linked by high-speed riders.
These riders were so fast, they were known as the arrow messengers. You know, they rode at such a bruising pace that they would have to use these cloths to support their abdomen, their spine, and their internal organs.
Yam messengers wore a sash of bells, so they could be heard approaching from a distance. With this advance warning, a fresh relay horse could be ready as soon as they arrived.
Remounting like this allows us to travel several relays each day.
With a constant stream of riders, official messages could be carried quickly to and from all corners of the empire. In China alone, the Yam had over 14,000 relay depots and over 50,000 horses. In some areas, the relay stations were much closer together. Here, the system also used fast runners. However, it was the hard-riding couriers that made the Yam such a rapid communications web. And to ensure it ran smoothly, riders carried a medallion, the paisa. Paisas acted as passports and gave the owner authority to demand goods and services from the Yam stations and the local population. The Yam messengers were the lifeblood that flowed through the great Mongol Empire. With Kiev secure, the Mongols planned a coordinated drive deeper into Europe. They would divide the forces of Poland and Hungary by attacking both kingdoms simultaneously. At Liegnitz, the old armies of Europe would be tested against Mongol-style warfare.
Deactivated. Failed. Please wait. Trainer activated. Activated.
With Kiev secure, the Mongols planned a coordinated drive deeper into Europe. They would divide the forces of With Kiev secure, the In the fertile grasslands of Liegnitz, the Mongols would face Europe's greatest armies, led by the forces of Poland. An army from Bohemia was marching to assist the Polish forces gathering at Liegnitz. Together, they hoped to stop the Mongols before Western Europe succumbed to a full-scale invasion. If the Mongols acted quickly, they could defeat the scattered Polish army and force the Bohemians to withdraw. By raiding the enemy's farmland, the Mongols could plunder valuable resources.
Please wait. Trainer activated. Activated. Activated. Deactivated. Activated.
As the farms smoldered and smoke billowed to the sky, the Mongols claimed the spoils from the wreckage.
Deactivated. Please wait. Trainer activated.
With Kiev secure, the If the Mongols acted quickly, they could defeat the scattered Polish army and force the Bohemians to withdraw.
Activated.
예,
By raiding the enemy's farmland, the Mongols could plunder valuable resources. The Mongols defeated the Polish detachment and continued their unrelenting drive. The Mongols eliminated Poland's knights, dealing a critical blow to the European forces. Despite being outnumbered by the European armies, the Mongols were victorious. As fire scorched the farmlands of Liegnitz, Europe reeled in horror. The ingenuity of the Mongol Empire had brought a terrifying new kind of destruction to the doorstep of the West. With Kiev secure, the nomads followed their flocks and herds. A Mongol family might move up to 30 times a year to seek fresh grazing.
Nomadic people civilization is different from the settled civilization. It's based on open field movement and horseback riding lifestyle. The music is one of the most important elements of this kind of way of life.
A central theme in Mongolian music is the horse.
All Mongol life was lived on horses. That's part of the Mongol identity, is the music of the horse.
The most iconic Mongolian instrument was the morin khor.
Morin khor in a Mongolian language, it's mean horse head fiddle.
The strings came from a horse's tail. 120 hairs for the top, female string, and 150 for the bottom, male string. Everything to do with the morin khor related to horses. And it could even imitate their sounds. A distinctive aspect of Mongolian music is throat singing.
Throat singing is an ancient way of singing that imitates the echo from the nature.
Throat singing is the sound of the steppe, the wind, the earth, the animals. Music was also used to tell stories. In this praise song, two horses run away from Genghis Khan for a life in the wild. But they miss his kindness, and so they return. The prospect of being immortalized in a praise song was a powerful motivation for warriors on the battlefield. While the Mongols in the north destroyed the Polish army, Batu Khan and General Subutai rampaged through the south into the heart of Hungary. Tricked into an intense pursuit, the Hungarian king chased down these foreign invaders, all the way to the plains of Mohi. Batu Khan led his warriors across the plains, luring the Hungarian king to a battle site far from the safety of his city. As the Hungarians broke away to regroup across the Sayo River, the Mongols prepared to strike. General Subutai would soon arrive to join Batu, having escorted the Mongol camp to the battle site. While the Khan waited for his general, the Mongol vanguard would probe across the bridge to the north. Across the bridge, the Mongol soldiers found themselves heavily outnumbered and beat a hasty retreat away from the ambush. This was not the first time Batu had been outnumbered. Drawing on past victories, he began to stage a coordinated attack. Arriving at the battle site, General Subutai quickly assessed the situation.
Намайг хааш явуулах вэ буй? Би танд барьж өгсөн.
Ажил хууя бэлэн. Зүйтэй энд ажил хэрэгтэй буй. Уран барьсан байм уу? Би түүнийг удалгүй бариад дууссан. Ажиллах цаг боллоо. Би танд барьж өгсөн. Зүйтэй энд ажил хэрэгтэй буй. Би түүнийг удалгүй бариад дууссан. Ажил хууя бэлэн. Би танд барьж өгсөн. Одоо үүнийг барьсан. Энэ барилга олон зууныг илээх буй. Юу хийж эцлэх буй? Би танд барьж өгсөн. Мах хэлбэг олдмоо. Би түүнийг удалгүй бариад дуусгах ажиллах цаг боллоо. Би ч их чармайсан ажил хууя бэлэн. Зөө зогссон уу? Эрчүүдээ холдох цаг ирлээ.
Эрчүүдээ бэлтгэх вэ? Шин тушаал ирлээ.
Эрчүүдээ хөдөл.
Таны тушаалыг бүлээн.
Эрчүүдээ бэлд. Би мандалыг явсан. Холдох цаг ирлээ. Эрчүүдээ хөдөл. Эрчүүдээ бэлд. Эрчүүдээ.
The Mongols discovered a potential alternative river crossing, a broken bridge.
Юу хийж эцлэх буй? Би үнийг 잤어. Ушаан хүнээ гүйт мэнийг. Миний үгээр явагдах бай. Ав. Энчүүдэ бэл.
The Mongols approached the Sayo River and discovered a shallow crossing.
Ушаан хүнээ гүйт мэнийг. Танд хүчин зүтгэсэн. Энчүүдэ бэл. Ушаан хүнээ гүйт мэнийг. Энчүүдэ бэл. Энчүүдэ хөдөл. Эрчүүдэ тололдох цаг ирлээ. Тололдох цаг ирлээ. Эрчүүдэ тушаал хүнээ гүйт бэлэг. Тань эрчүүдэ бэл.
While Subutai rushed to ready his army, Batu was poised to make another attempt at taking the bridge. Batu Khan saw his opportunity and pushed across the bridge to meet the Hungarians head-on. The Mongols took the bridge and held the open space, forcing the Hungarians into the trees and splitting them into several groups. Now the Mongols could drive the Hungarians back to their camp. One small space with nowhere to run. With the Hungarians pinned down, the Mongols closed in to destroy the last of their army. The Mongols laid waste to the Hungarian fort, sending their king and the last of his army fleeing for their lives. Once again, Batu Khan and General Subutai had outwitted and utterly destroyed their European enemies, striking terror into the heart of the West. While the Mongols in the north the Mongols used all manner of ingenious machines, from trebuchets to giant crossbows. They were masters of siege warfare and recruited Chinese military engineers to build their devices. In this copy of an 11th century Chinese manual, Justin Ma has discovered an unusual weapon.
This is a triple crossbow, a large triple crossbow in an arrangement where we have two bows in front, and here's the weird thing. You've got one bow in the back, facing backwards. There is a term in this passage which says that the bows are joined using a shengzhou, or a rope and axle, a pulley.
Okay, yeah. A pulley is the key, and that's the absolute essential ingredient in this contraption to make it work.
The front bows are joined by two simple cords. However, the rear bow is set facing backwards. The front two bows are strung and set to face forwards. The rear bow is then connected to the front bows by a single cord, running through two pulleys. This pulley system allows all three bows to thrust a projectile in the same direction.
Now these pulleys make sense. Sort of spanning around here, reversing the direction.
A winding mechanism, called a windlass, draws the string into place.
You can see that tension as it's pulling that last bow in reverse.
A crucial part of the design is the backwards-facing bow. This unique feature gives the machine a huge draw, making it capable of shooting massive darts.
There's a lot of tension in there.
The projectile strikes with impressive force.
Golly.
Well, it's gone through three.
Piercing 3 boards on the first attempt, the team decides to increase the challenge.
Let's do it. Quite exciting. Let's see if it really can punch a hole through that fourth one. It went all through 3 of them, and it punched a slight hole on the side of the fourth.
In battle, such weapons might be used to penetrate shields, but this heavy oak barrel poses an even greater challenge.
Aha, we got the hole. Look at it. A lot of leaking out. I didn't think we're gonna be able to punch this. I mean, it's just incredible.
This is impressive. I mean, this took a lot of force, too.
Look at the thickness of it. And this is some hard wood. I mean, this is not just some particle board here, okay? I mean, this is incredible.
Embracing the knowledge and skills of the people they conquered enabled the Mongols to win wars and control vast territories. This was key to the creation of one of the world's largest empires. After a stunning victory over the Hungarian king at the Battle of Mohi, the Mongols seemed unstoppable. But a year later, the great Khan Ogadei died. The Mongols pulled out of Europe and returned home. Over the next 20 years, 2 more great Khans ascended to the throne. Their conquests continued to expand the empire in the east. Then in 1260, the grandson of Genghis became the next great Khan. His name was Kublai Khan. He would rock the foundations of one of the medieval world's most advanced civilizations, China. This is Chengdu. Remembered today as Xanadu, it was once Kublai Khan's great northern capital. From here, he jealously eyed the wealth of southern China's Song dynasty. He wanted to take it and become emperor of all China. The Song dynasty had ruled over southern China for more than 300 years. And the country was prosperous and well-governed. Kublai Khan knew that the key to victory was capturing a strategic city lying far to the south of Chengdu. It was called Changyang. Changyang was the gateway to the south and the heart of the Song dynasty's power. Controlling the Han River, a critical access route to cities further along the Yangtze. Capturing Changyang was Kublai Khan's only hope of becoming emperor of all China. The Mongol horde had to take the city at all costs. Kublai Khan, not content with rule over his own lands, coveted the riches of the Song dynasty to the south. He ordered his army to the twin cities of Fancheng and Shenyang, confident in his tried and tested tactics. Although Kublai's ultimate target was the fortress of Changyang, the Mongols would first have to control its sister city of Fancheng.
Ушаан хүлээх үед бэлэн. Үүрэгтэй үе түү. Элчүүдэ эл. Энэгээр юм бой. Ав бодол танд хүчин зүтгэсэн.
Тайсан ямар харагдаа.
Өтөр үзлээ. Элчүүдэ зөрөгтэй давжигдах үе. Танд жаа ушаан хүлээх үед бэлэн. Ичээсөө.
Би даа.
Элчүүдэ өдөр.
Тайсан. Тогтсон уу?
Амбайдаг явсан. Элчүүдэ зөрөгтэй давжигдах үе. Тогтсон уу? Элчүүдэ.
Тайсан бидний хөө.
The Mongols cleared the bridge of its guards and continued their advance on Fancheng.
Амбайдаг явсан.
Би тайсан гарлаа.
Ичээсөө. Танд хүчин зүтгэсэн.
The Mongols spotted a fortified Song camp, blocking the road to the twin cities. Seeing an opportunity to overwhelm the enemy camp, the Mongols called in their reinforcements. Together, the two detachments would strike the camp from both sides, pincering the Song. With the Song camp destroyed, the Mongols set in motion their plan to seize the twin cities. First, they would meet with an allied force at the gates of Fancheng. This assault force would attack the gates of Fancheng, while the Mongol vanguard would defend the siege weapons firing upon the cities. The Mongols met with the Allied assault force at the gates of Fancheng. As the Allied force charged the gates, the Mongol vanguard moved to defend the siege weapons from Song attacks. Mongols approached, the Song burned the bridge to Shenyang, preventing a direct assault on the fortress. The assault on Fancheng was met with a barrage of gunfire, forcing the Allied army to retreat. With the gates still unbroken and under guard, the Mongols switched strategies and called on a large group of reinforcements to bring in their mobile camp. The Mongols would besiege the mighty twin cities. The Mongols rallied a force on the bridgehead. The Mongol strategy was to hold the city's bridges so that no Song forces could escape and no reinforcements could enter. Securing the second bridgehead, the Mongols were one step closer to blocking off all the escape routes. The Mongols took up position on the last bridgehead. Seeing that the Mongols were attempting to block the city's escape routes, the Song began planning a counterattack. The Song launched their counterattack on the Mongols holding the bridgeheads. The Mongols had to hold the 3 bridgeheads against the Song attacks. Desperate to stop an all-out Mongol assault on their walls, the Song destroyed the remaining bridges to the Twin Cities. Unable to advance, the fortress of Zhangyang remained locked to the Mongols. But with a siege established, the Khan's cause was not yet lost. The Twin Cities did not yield. The Mongols would need a new tactic to breach the Great Song Fortress. Rather than another costly head-on assault, they planned to cut off the cities by blocking the critical supply route at Lumanshan. The Song defector, General Lu Zheng, advised Kublai Khan that the best strategy to take Shenyang was to construct a blockade, completely cutting it off. Lu Zheng led the Mongol army to the trade route at Lumanshan and set his plan in motion. The general's plan depended on recruiting local workers who could build defenses. The first step was to eliminate the Song garrison near the village of Lumen. The Mongol army tore through the Song garrison, and with these guardians removed, the people of Lumen gave their support to Lu Zheng and Kublai Khan. Controlling Lumen allowed Lu Zheng to employ Chinese tactics and equipment, including the construction of stone walls. He ordered the people to build walls to block the roads north, cutting off Shenyang from the rest of the Song.
您需要我做什么？我这就建好这座建筑。我知道自己在干嘛，我会确保它变得很好。是，我已准备听从指令。一座需要建造的建筑。 乐意制敌。技艺高超，富有安逸。 森林里劳作。不错的工作。
The people of Lumen reported that the village of Bohiko, located to the west, would also welcome Lu Zheng's arrival. If the general could get forces to Bohiko, it would add both an economic and military boost to his blockade.
是，我已准备听从指令。一座需要建造的建筑。
Bohiko not only welcomed Lu Zheng's men, but members of the local militia even defected to the Mongol cause.
这就建好这座建筑。我知道自己在干嘛，很好地完成了一个公职。我已准备听从指令，乐意制敌。是，我已准备听从指令。 命令。是，我已准备听从指令。我会确保它变得很好。你需要我做什么？我们受到了敌人的攻击。 建好这座建筑。干嘛？你做好。准备接受第二个工作。猎捕，杀戮，我赢了。一座需为您的提醒的时候，保持紧凑，侦察兵。
Stout walls now blocked off the first of the major routes to Shenyang.
准备接受第二个工作。
需要我做什么？
Lu Zheng's vision was complete. The Mongols' great blockade now cut off the Song cities. However, the Song commanders would not leave Shenyang to stand alone, and sent forces to break through the Mongol barrier.
座需要建造的建筑，我这就建好这座建筑，我会确保它变得很好。
우샤 부대 구이 배직. 내 만만하게 없어. 엘주대 한 장갑소.
他们击中了我们！是，我已准备听从指令，我这就建好这座建筑。
햇빛 하루물. 엘주대 멜주. 어떻게 보지?
准备接受下个工作，一座需要建造的建筑。您需要我做神魔，我会确保它变得很好。我依照您的指挥移动。 记忆高超，不永安歇。
上马，已做好准备，执行命令。
正在攻击我们！
迎敌步兵，
Song forces descended on Lu Zheng's men. The general needed to defend what he had taken from his former masters.
엘주대 멜주.
是，我已准备妥明白我的命令。
为你们队前进，侦察兵，遵照命令，正在移动。
记忆高超，不永安歇。听从指令。一座需要建造的建筑，我会确保它变得很好。
你准备好，你向任何地方。全市场伟大的向导，保持引导，侦察兵。
安静下来，兄弟们，行军，不要说话。
您需要我做神魔？一座需要建造的建筑。
现在安静，行军，战争正式磨损约子。
他们击中了我们！技艺高超，不容安歇。
新命令即将行军逃脱阵中。
是，我已准备听从指令。我会确保它变得很好。
遇到麻烦了，我们正在遭受攻击。
确保它建得很好。
Тоолдох цаг ирлээ.
是，我已准备听从指令。我这就建好这座建筑，一座需要建造的建筑。我这就建好这座建筑。
Ушаад хүлээх үед байдаг.
技艺高超，不奉命转移方。
听好了，士兵们，命令来了。
上岛射击！
为这艘漂亮工作，我会确保它建得
十字弓已就绪。
技艺奉命转移方向。
剑法总是会赢。学字不要发牢骚，只要走就是了。 十字弓已就绪，行动，弩手们，不要发牢骚。Эрчүүдээ бэлж өөрөвтэй үл төвлөв. “听好了，士兵们，命令不要发牢骚，只要走就是了。不要发牢骚，只要走就是了。”
таны тушаалыг хүлээмгүй. Тушаалаар хөдөлмөй. Тушаал ёсоор зогсгоо.
Тулгах цаг ирлээ тань. Яагаад болсон? Дүрлээ. Эрчүүдээ хөдөл. Хичээсөө.
技艺高超，不容安歇。不错的工作，一致，我已准备听从指令。一座需要建造的建筑。
你想让我去哪里？秒击服从您的命令。看我敬你，谁都不准退缩。
准备接受下个工作。很好的。我会确保它建得很好。我知。 需要建造的建筑。 乐意质疑，我这就建好这座建筑，一座需要建造的建筑。不错的工作，我会确保它建得很好。对，我这就建好这座建筑。
技艺高超，不容暗黑。我会确保它变得很好，很好地完成了一个。我这就建好这座建筑。
是，我已准备听从指令。一座需要建造的建筑，很好地完成了一个工作。我会确保它建得很好。
我们的命令，我当然会照做。
是，我已准备听从指令。我这就建好这座建筑。我知道自己在干嘛。我这就建好这座建筑。不错的工作，一座很棒的建筑。很好的完。我会确保它建得很好。他们击中了我们，我会奉命去做。技艺高超，不容安贴。
Бүгд тушаад сонирдог надлуугаа жагсаад алхагдахгүй.
你需要我做什么？我依照您的指挥移动。
新命令即将，行军不要少花招了，行军好过阵着，行军战争正是磨损靴子。
是，我已准备听从指令。
Мориндоо таны тушаалыг үг дуугүй дагмая.
准备接受第二个工作。
D 正在迈步移动，我会确保它建得很好。一座需要建造的建筑。我这就建好这座建筑，这就去做。 是，我已准备听从指令。我这就建好这座建筑。乐意质疑。您的意愿就是我的指令。
技艺高超，不用暗黑。我这就建好这座建筑。 是，我已准备听从指令，我会奉命去做。这就去做。不错的工作。
侦察兵准备听从指，让我们一起移动。侦察兵，
你需要我做什么？一座需要建造的建筑。我知道自己在干嘛。
命令！侦察兵已准备好，服从是我的职责。 整队前进，侦察兵。好的。正在遵命停止。
准备接受下。是，我已准备听从指令。 您需要我做什么？一座需要建造的建筑，我会确保它变得很好，很好地完成了。是，我已准备听从指令。
侦察兵已准备好，踢向任何地方。
Толдох цаг ээлжүүдээ өдөр.
为您的我当然会照做。有敌人！全系逃回大山兵走！
Hazak. Tu şahsiye sor yapmoy. Iyo çiçmemoy. Tu şahsar davmoy. Utirguç. Şeniştak so. İçesu. Urhte ulturtne. Iyo çiçmemoy. Pen uçun tutukso. Pen can galasso.
The general's plan depended on recruiting local workers who could build defences. The first step was to eliminate the Song garrison near the village of Lumen.
队列安静，命令来了。 有敌人，报告目
The Mongol army tore through the Song garrison, and with these guardians removed, the people of Lumen gave their support to Lu Zheng and Kublai Khan. Controlling Lumen allowed Lu Zheng to employ Chinese tactics and equipment, including the construction of stone walls. He ordered the people to build walls to block the roads north, cutting off Xiangyang from the rest of the Song. The people of Lumen reported that the village of Boheko, located to the west, would also welcome Lu Zheng's arrival. If the general could get forces to Boheko, it would add both an economic and military boost to his blockade.
需要我做什么？
一座需要建造的建筑，我会确保它建得很好。我这就建好这座建筑。
一座需要建造的建筑。
Bohiko not only welcomed Liu Zheng's men, but members of the local militia even defected to the Mongol cause. Stout walls now blocked off the first of the major routes to Shenyang. Liu Zheng's vision was complete. The Mongols' great blockade now cut off the Song cities. However, the Song commanders would not leave Shenyang to stand alone and sent forces to break through the Mongol barrier. Song forces descended on Liu Zheng's men. The general needed to defend what he had taken from his former masters.
Танд жаандгаа болсон. Төрдлээ.
Таны тушаалыг хүлээн үүрэг юугээ биелүүлмэ.
Бүгд тушаал сонирдогдохгүй.
已做好骑行准备，遵命策马前行。您有何命令？马上就去那里。
The general's plan depended on recruiting local workers who could build defenses. The first step was to eliminate the Song garrison near the village of Lumen. The Mongol army tore through the Song garrison, and with these guardians removed, the people of Lumen gave their support to Liu Zheng and Kublai Khan. Controlling Lumen allowed Liu Zheng to employ Chinese tactics and equipment, including the construction of stone walls. He ordered the people to build walls to block the roads north, cutting off Xiangyang from the rest of the Song. The people of Lumen reported that the village of Bohekou, located to the west, would also welcome Liu Zheng's arrival. If the general could get forces to Bohekou, it would add both an economic and military boost to his blockade. Bohekou not only welcomed Liu Zheng's men, but members of the local militia even defected to the Mongol cause. Stout walls now blocked off the first of the major routes to Xiangyang.
准退缩。
我听嬷嬷的命令。
收到攻击！
您需要我做神魔？
谁都不准退缩！
一座需要建造的建筑，我这就建好这座建筑。我会确保它建得很好。我会确保它建得很好。
Liu Zheng's vision was complete. The Mongols' great blockade now cut off the Song cities. However, the Song commanders would not leave Shangyang to stand alone and sent forces to break through the Mongol barrier.
Эрчүүдэ бит. Өтөр гүйцэтгэл. Үүрэгтэй үл
不喜欢给当靶子。
тушаал хүлээх үед бэлэг. Эрчүүдэ зоригтой давшигхгүй.
The Mongols maintained control of the Song trade route at Lumanshan, cutting off Shangyang from the south. Thanks to the insights of General Liu Zheng, Kublai Khan's plan to weaken the Great Song fortress was working. The twin cities did not. Heavy cavalry was an integral part of the Mongol army. By definition, they were fully armored. Heavy cavalrymen were troops who went into the thick of the fighting.
Mongol heavy cavalry had steel helmets, but they also had this very distinctive form of armor here known as lamina, made of steel, rawhide, and even leather. Now, in this example, you can see how the individual scales have been laced together, often with doe skin. rows of lamellae, which in turn was then sewn into fabric or leather backing. Laminar armor is wonderfully robust. It's flexible, relatively lightweight, and easy to repair.
The Mongol heavy cavalryman, in his characteristic lamellar armor, was the hammer in the Mongol war machine.
All Mongols, both heavy and light cavalry, were capable horse archers. However, for the heavy cavalry, shock troops that rode into and smashed the enemy, the bow was of secondary importance. Their principal weapon of first contact was the lance.
Using the momentum of the horse, the lance was mostly used point first, to strike and pierce a foe. It could be used with great precision. Strikes with the point were effective, but the Mongol lance had an additional feature.
Not only did you have the spearhead for running into and through the enemy, but you also had this hook to haul them from the saddle.
It took considerable strength to pull a man from his horse. And doing so took him out of the fighting just as successfully as a head-on strike.
In hand-to-hand combat, the Mongols used the sword to slice their way to victory. But they also had this, the great mace, which they used with two hands.
Mongol armies were famous for their ability to move fast and strike with surprise. But their heavy cavalry was a brutal shock force that could overwhelm and crush an enemy with raw power. Crippled by the loss of their supply route, the twin cities of Shenyang and Fangcheng were ready to fall. The Mongols' new long-range trebuchets would test the mighty walls of the Song fortress, and Kublai Khan would not stop the bombardment until he sat on the throne of all China. After years of resisting Kublai Khan's siege, Fancheng and Shenyang still refused to submit to Mongol rule. To take the cities, Kublai Khan would harness the full power of his empire by enlisting an ally from the Ilkhanate of Persia. Ismail, a siege expert, would lead the Mongol army in the construction of the Huihui Pao, an immensely powerful counterweight trebuchet. This new trebuchet, once constructed, could hurl boulders greater in size than any weapon before it. During the years-long siege, Kublai Khan had established lucrative trade routes with Chinese market towns who swore loyalty to him. Although these trade partners were vulnerable to Song attacks, they could deliver valuable resources to fund Ismail's efforts. With the counterweight trebuchet constructed, the Mongols could mount their assault on the twin cities. As Ismail's trebuchet had a far greater range than those of the Song defenders, the Mongols could attack from a safe distance.
，With
the bridge rebuilt, the doors to Fancheng were wide open.
走起来！你们这些懒散进毒手！现在是我们要行动的。
The Mongols swept into Fancheng, striking down any Song warriors in their path.
Please wait. Trainer activated. Activated. Activated.
With the counterweight trebuchet constructed, the Mongols could mount their assault on the twin cities. As Ismail's trebuchet had a far greater range than those of the Song defenders, the Mongols could attack from a safe distance.
队列安静，命令来了。正在抵御敌人的进攻。现在听我指令，出发。命令。
With the bridge rebuilt, the doors to Fancheng were wide open. The Mongols swept into Fancheng, striking down any Song warriors in their path.
Deactivated.